Today we're taking a look at some absolute classics of custom keyboards. If you guys have been following the channel, I'm sure you guys have heard of them. It's Neo keyboards. And I'm not talking about Neo CU, Neo Core, Neo Core Plus whatsoever. This is classic Neo. Many of us in the hobby will know of Neo for good reasons because they have fair price, amazing build quality, and most importantly, the amazing acoustics. Today I have with me both the Neo 75 and Neo 98. Yes, two keyboards in one video, but it's basically the same thing. Same design, same everything, just two different layouts. So let's start off with the usual unboxing. We have our standard accessories, keycap and switch puller, screwdriver, braided USB-C cable, clip-in stabilizers, silicone gaskets, pour-on gaskets, rubber feet, and some extra screws for your top mount. Now for the plate and PCB, it'll depend on what you choose and how you configure when you're purchasing the board, but today I have with me an aluminum plate and PP plate. And as for my choice of PCB, I went with the tri-mode NC PCB. Now let's get on to what actually matters. So let's start with the case of the Neo 75. So I went with the slate blue. Our side profile as usual, it's beautiful with a clean split between our bottom and top housing, and we also have the internal section peeking out. It's small little accents that represents Neo best, and I absolutely love it. On the front, we have a simple badge. It's a very simple piece of mirror polished stainless steel. On the back, we have a full PVD stainless steel mirror finish. It's just amazing. It's very, very clean. Personally, I always have a soft spot for these mirror finishes, although they do get a lot of thumbprints that you do need to clean. But something about them just makes custom keyboards feel so much more premium. Now as for the Neo 98, I do regret choosing the silver color. The bottom case is always silver, so when I chose silver top housing and silver bottom housing, it kind of ended up looking a little bland. Compared to this looks a lot better to me. Similar, the side profile has the intersection peeking in between, and on the back we have a smaller mirror finish. I definitely do think a full-size mirror weight finish would be a little bit too much. This is still just nice. In terms of visuals, I'll give it a solid 9 out of 10. It's right up my alley. It's classy, it has nice silhouette, nice little accents, very simple and minimal designs. Now let's move on to acoustics, and because I have two boards with me today, I only need to build each keyboard once. So lucky me, otherwise I typically build like the same board 4 times in a single day. So anyway, as usual, we have two different builds. We have a lighter clacky sound profile for the 75% and a deeper thockier sound profile for the full size. So let's start with the 75%. Our PCB, as I mentioned, the standard NC layout, 5-pin hot swappable, and uses the magnetic daughterboard connector. Now for foam, I will still be using a plate foam. Generally, it is my personal preference when it comes to lighter sounding builds. A plate foam at the bare minimum is something I do prefer. And of course, we will be using the aluminum plate. For switches, I decided to go with the good old HMX Swifts. 5-pin linear switch leans towards that clacky poppy sound profile, and especially on boards with lesser foam, they come off really bright and make the board sound alive. Now onto our case, it's held together by 5 screws, and afterwards we can really see our bottom housing. We have the acoustic chamber, which will help a lot, especially with doing foamless builds like this. Even with just the plate foam, we shouldn't be able to hear any sort of hollowness, any sort of ping, because we have the force break mod as well. So yeah, to finish off this build, I decided to go with GMK Bento. The modifiers I feel like match the slate blue really well. I really do like the overall color just coming together. Next up is our Neo 98, and before anyone calls me out, yes, I didn't do the full set of stabilizers. I know the numpad isn't fully done. I'm currently rushing this video out. I have a flight to catch in about a few hours, so yes. Anyway, the PCB is the same as the Neo 75, so we'll be using the PE and plate foam in our PCB sandwich. For switches, I decided to dig out my Vertex V1s. It's a 5-pin linear switch, a very balanced sound profile between thocky and creamy. I used to love them a lot. I still do like them, I just couldn't find them. Now for our case, it's held together by 9 screws, and my god, the acoustic chamber looks really good here. But it's too bad because for the Neo 98, we'll be using the case foam, so we'll be covering it up. And for the mounting itself, we'll be using the silicone gaskets on the Neo 98. I forgot to mention, I did use the pour-on gaskets for the foamless build. Now the keycaps for this, I'm gonna go with GMK Godspeed. I wanted to at least give the board a little color, otherwise it would look really boring, especially for the thumbnail. Overall, the building experience was really smooth. I mean, I didn't really run into any trouble. Installation of the switches, disassembly of the case, the mounting, the non-adhesive pour-on just snapped into place. It's like building adult Lego. Now, Neo has always been well known for their lighter sounding builds, and I feel like this sound test really shows that obviously. The fully foamed up build sounds alright, but it doesn't sound as good and as alive as the Neo 75. It's really bright, it's really clean, there's no rattle, you don't hear any hollowness, there's no ping, you just hear clean clacks. And personally, with the case foam, it actually does sound a little nicer. I feel like the spacebar sounds a little more full compared to without the case foam. For some reason, it just sounds a lot better. And last but not least, it's the price. Neo 75 starts at $139 and Neo 98 starts at $149. As usual, depending on how you configure the boards, depending on certain parts that are a little more expensive, you might go up to above $150. And I think that's a really justifiable price, it's a really reasonable price, and it's an easy recommendation from me. I know some of you who do follow the channel are kind of collectors of Neo keyboards, like Marps Music. He tends to comment a lot on the Neo videos, and I know he has a huge collection, so I think he will be tempted by the Neo 75, because it's really good. But aside from that, we have come to the end of the video. I'll have everything linked down below as per usual. Like this video if you enjoyed this video, comment your thoughts on the classics of custom keyboards, and subscribe if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.